Hello, English 122 students. We are in week 6. So congratulations on making it over a third of the way through the semester. I know I'm not sure if it seems like the semester is dragging on or if it's going by too quick. I think it's a little bit of both. So just to recap, week 5, main thing that we did was do a draft of our book review. So hopefully we did that. Make sure that you're catching up on the summaries and the discussion boards. Those are really important just to keep your grade up. What happens is that when I grade them, you get the full credit for the discussion board, full credit for the summary. So just go ahead and get those in. If you get where it says a 0, it means you didn't turn it in. So double check that in the grade book just in case I sometimes make a mistake, and email me with questions about that. I'm always happy to make sure that your grade is correct because I make mistakes. We all make mistakes, and it's just a matter of making sure that we fix them. So week 6, main thing that we're doing is the book review peer review. This is an important part of the process of writing a book review. You've never done it. Hopefully you've read through some of the examples and you're learning about what's working and not working as you are writing. So this will allow us to read each other's papers. I prefer to go by the golden rule of peer review, which is to provide feedback to your classmates as you would like to receive feedback, meaning don't do grandma comments. That's what I call them. It's where you give something to grandma and grandma loves it no matter what. So we don't just say, hey, it's great. We want to say, I really like what you're doing. This right here is very important or very specific and clear. Over here, I think I understand, and here's what I think you're saying, but maybe it's not what you mean. So those are good things to do when you're providing feedback. Feedback should be kind of collaborative. And so if you're having trouble understanding what somebody's saying, just say that. I don't really understand this. Here's what I think you are saying. The peer review is going to be done, and you go down to the very bottom of week 6. It'll be done through Turnitin. There are some lessons on using the peer mark feature. So there's 2 YouTube videos that you can look at. And if you look at this one, the second one, you'll see that you're able to add feedback inside the document. And I would really like you to do that. There's also questions over here that'll be on the side. There are, I think, 8 questions, and those are already posted, but they'll be there for you to answer. You'll be looking at 3 of your classmates' papers. It takes a little bit of time. Spend about 15 minutes per paper and you should be good. Don't really have much else going on. But the whole goal is to make our papers clearer and better. So that's that. You do the peer review here. You just click on this. It's going to start on February 21st and it'll be due the 27th. So make sure your drafts are in on the 20th. It is currently Sunday the 20th. So get those in. If you're late by a day, it will still allow you to do it, but you might not have as many papers to grade and you might not get as much feedback if somebody decides to do all their peer reviews on the 21st. So just keep that in mind. Other things that we are doing, I'm going to go back to assignments. Week 6, we are doing a video lesson on stasis theory. I know we have a lot going on, but this I think is a really good lesson for you. It's one of my favorites. I know I probably say this a lot, but I really enjoy this. Stasis theory is kind of my favorite thing for applying our arguments to, because we're in this process right now of determining our topics. And when we make an argument, we have to be clear about the terminology. What do we mean by these various things? So in my 808 class, a lot of you are looking at social media and you're talking about mental health issues. Well, you have to describe them. You have to say, here are these very specific mental health issues. You talk about cyberbullying. How do you define cyberbullying? And then what do we know about it? We have to make sure we're all on the same page before we can make arguments. In my 806 class, a lot of you are looking at domestic violence, which is an interesting topic as well. So you have to describe that. You have to define it. What is legally domestic violence? What is the response? What is the standard protocol for that? And then you have to define all these things before you can explain that what's happening is not working or not effective. So those are those things that we want to kind of look at, and stasis theory will help that. So discussion 14 is going to look at your topic and ask you kind of tell your story of the topic through stasis theory, and it kind of maps things out. And as we get to evaluation, which is kind of the second to last step in stasis theory, we're looking at what's happening, and we might have to go back to look at some of these terms again, what are the facts and terms, to get into the call to action or what is being done. So stasis theory works kind of, as you'll learn, hopefully learn in the lesson, a kind of a roadmap for how to make an argument, but it is also kind of this underlying organizational pattern for almost every single piece of writing. And I hope my lesson on that is clear. If not, please let me know. Finally, the only other thing that we're going to start working on, if we go into our course schedule, you will see we have an editorial analysis due March 6th. So week 7, we'll be working on that along with a reading assignment. So this is a good week for you to do some catching up, but also to start working ahead. The editorial analysis, will take you to the folder, is a short 570 word essay that asks you to select 2 opposing viewpoints about your topic. Says about the same issue, and then analyze them, evaluate them. Are these effective arguments? So what this does is allows you, I have a video description of it. It allows you time to really explore your topic and look at the arguments within the topic. This will really help you decide, are you looking at the right angle of your topic? Are you using the right topic? And so this is kind of the point of no return. Once you've done this, you have to decide, do I keep going with my topic or do I switch? And you got to go through everything that we've done again with the topic exploration. And it's very good to email me about that. So we'll be looking at this as well. The editorial analysis, it's not very long, but it does require you to use some 2 sources and to quote your arguments. One of the things I want you to remember is that when we pick the stronger argument, it might not necessarily be the argument you agree with. It might not be your stance, and that is okay. Maybe the opposing viewpoint or opposing side to your claim has the stronger argument, and now you know their strengths, and so you can look to counter those strengths, and that's an important thing to think about. So that is where we are this week. If you have questions, please contact me. If you have concerns about your topics, contact me. If you're having trouble keeping up, question about the grade, please let me know. I do have everything caught up. Please look at the grade for discussion 8 and read my comments to you. You'll get some feedback, and that'll be good. I'll make sure to put a little note in week 6 about that as well. So otherwise, have a good week, and I will talk to you later.